Glenarden, Maryland, midnight. It's a time when troubled youth take to the streets. Instead, they're hitting the hardwood. In 1986, crime was on the rise in this small Maryland town, with most of the offenders young black males between the ages of 17 and 21. Then came the Midnight Basketball League, cutting drug-related crime in half. The league, which began 4 summers ago, unites local law enforcement, businesses, and concerned citizens in an enterprising effort to combat drug abuse. Its founder and president is G. Van Standifer, G for Get Them Off the Streets.
I felt this was my town, and I wasn't going to have this foolishness in my town. If we could slow down that transition from high risk to the criminal justice system, if we can slow down some of the killings, and if we can help them develop marketable skills, if we could just get a few out of the ones that we have in the program, we think it's worth the effort.
In the late 50s, Marin City is an area where a lot of African Americans migrated to work over in the shipyard. So that's what my family did. And I attended Tamalpais High School. I left Tamalpais High School and I went to City College of San Francisco, where I was a good friend and with O.J. Simpson, and got a chance to see him perform. And I played basketball and baseball at City College of San Francisco. I left there and went to an African American college in Austin, Texas, where my father's from, Houston Tillotson College. I left there and had a few cups of coffee with a few proteins for basketball. And when I got through with that, I went back to college, the University of Evansville, where I got my degree. And I worked as the assistant coach. And I left the University of Evansville right after the plane crash. I came back to San Francisco and finished up, did my student teaching here. And I worked at Redwood High School over in Marin County as a basketball coach, and baseball coach, and football coach, and track coach. And I eventually left there and went to City College for 5 years and worked as an assistant coach out there, and left there and went to McIntyre High School in San Francisco for about 4 years, and then I stopped coaching and got involved in midnight basketball.
Okay.
So this is where I am now, but I worked here at Ella Hill Hutch Community Center since day one, June 12, 1981, and I've been here all that time. So this is a little bit about me.
Great. And tell me about why and how you started the Midnight Basketball League here.
Okay, well, what happened was I was watching the World Series in October of 1991. And I saw an advertisement about midnight basketball. And I saw the late founder, Mr. G. Van Standifer from Glenarden, Maryland, come in at a certain time of night and open up a gymnasium. And a whole bunch of young people followed him in. And the whistles blew and the lights came on and people came in. They started having a game. So I took down a number, the 1-800 number, and I came in and talked to my boss, Lefty Garden, and my co-worker, Robert Hector, and Nate Lewis, and Gary Moore. And Lefty told us to go for it, find out more about it, because we thought it would be a good idea to reach the young people, because we was trying to figure out what could we do to reach them and keep a hold on them. And that was probably the closest thing that we had that we could reach them with midnight basketball. So that's how it came about, this luck. That I was watching the World Series and didn't get up at the commercial. And instead of sitting there, I saw the commercial. And that's how it all started and came about.
Okay, so you got the information, and when you unlocked the gymnasium doors, did all the kids follow you in, or what was the process to get the young people interested?
Well, the process we took was
Young people interested.
Well, the process we took was we had a lot of planning and we got a lot of people involved. From the police department, we got them, definitely got them involved because it's a national rule that you must have 2 uniformed police officers.
Saying, telling us about how the police.
Okay. First of all, we got the police involved. We brought the idea to them and told them what we wanted to do, and they liked the idea. Then we got the participants involved. We picked out a group of young men that we call secondary leadership, and we met with them and explained to them what we were trying to do. We met with community people, explained to them what we wanted to do. And all of a sudden, everybody agreed, and then we went to the format of sign-ups, getting the media involved, having a draft, then getting the workshops together, because workshops are required. If you don't attend workshops, you don't play in the game that night. So it was about a 4-month process before we even threw the first ball up to get everything in place and get everybody involved. The newspaper, the media, community people, ministers, people like Kevin Shelley from the Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Kennedy. So we took it to downtown to let them know what we were trying to do, what we wanted to do, and a lot of people bought in. So it just took off, and here we are now.
And when was that the league started?
We played our first game March 18th, 1992. And from there to now, this is where we are.